Well, hey, we just uploaded our latest podcast episode of the BC Messenger, episode 26, for the month of September. And it was entitled Discoveries That Seemed Delusional. And we went through a series. We went through four different discoveries that in the past, you can look down the timeline of history and see where these discoveries changed the world. But in the day that they were being discovered and being talked about and hashed out for the first time, people weren't necessarily excited about it. They didn't see it, understand it.
Sometimes they were just outright opposed.
Right.
But yet here we are a few hundred years later, and we can't imagine the world any differently now
right.
that this new truth has come in and taken hold.
Yep. What was one of your favorites?
We did those 4 historical examples. I think my favorite, definitely Galileo. Many parallels there with his work and the research work here.
Right.
And we give a little glimpse behind the scenes in how the name of our podcast was chosen, the BC Messenger. So that's right in there. But I enjoyed the whole thing. After every podcast we do, I always say, oh, this one's my favorite. So I guess I've said that 26 times now since we just finished our 26th episode. But hope you will listen in. Now, of course, we always have our feature topic, and then we have several other topics that follow.
Right.
And so it's not just on that discoveries that seem delusional. There's quite a bit of other fascinating stuff.
And let me tie it in. We talk about this because we here at the BC Messenger talk about Dr. Aardsma's work, and he certainly has had some discoveries that can seem delusional today, especially the vitamin research and aging research that we have. And so a lot of parallels there with discoveries of the past. We don't want to, if we can help it, repeat what we see in history. And we want to see these discoveries as real science that really can impact our lives. So that's the whole point that we're doing this episode on discoveries that seem delusional. And you're right, we have other topics that we talk about on the podcast. On this one, we've started a new series. Actually, we started the last podcast, but what do we call it?
As a matter of fact.
As a matter of fact. And we talk about certain, well, you probably heard about maybe somebody has told you there were chariots at the bottom of the Red Sea.
Chariot wheels.
Chariot wheels.
I haven't heard of any called chariots.
Chariot wheels at the bottom of the Red Sea. And well, is that true? Did we actually find ancient Egyptian chariot wheels at the bottom of the Red Sea?
It's amazing how many evangelical Christians have heard of this.
Right.
And is this appropriate material for Christian apologetics? Is this advancing the cause of truth? We explore that on this episode following the featured topic. So hope you'll listen in.
We cover a lot of topics. The BC Messenger podcast. This one's called, it's episode 26, Discoveries That Seemed Delusional. Check it out. We hope that you'll join us.